As you know, we have been from the book of Brianna Weiss, 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. No, there's no kickback on this promotional thing. This is just a really good book. Anyways, as you all know, we have been doing questions, and this week's question is, we actually have two of them. What are the five most common things in your daily routine aside from the basics, such as eating and sleeping? I'll read that again. What are the five most common things in your daily routine aside from the basics, such as eating and sleeping? And the follow-up question is, what do you wish those five most common things were instead? So if you're going to ditch those five common things and come up with something different, what would they be?
Well, if I can't do eating and sleeping, what are my five things?
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't,
Five
that's a
things. Five
five
things that
things.
you do pretty well daily, overall,
Yeah,
every day.
yeah, five things that you do daily. Brush my teeth. So that's
Doesn't that kind of fall in the same
Yeah, eating
category?
and sleeping.
well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't have like five things, five of the most common things in your daily routine. Like,
Every morning, I get up and I check I have a curated feed of um, there are topics that totally interest me. So I'm not scrolling and getting it fed to. And so I spend about half hour to 45 minutes every day, maybe not on weekends, but usually going through that curated news and like topics that I'm interested in. Which it just that's how I love starting the day because it feeds my brain with things I want it to feed me.
Yeah,
So that's one thing I do. So I got one.
that's cool. I like that one. Um, for me, every day, literally every day, I do some form of a workout.
Yeah.
Even if it's my rest day, it's a stretch or something. So to me, that's like, I can't, yeah, I have to do something. So that's one.
make my bed. Does that count?
No, that does. That does because not everybody makes their bed. And have you ever seen that speech by the naval commander?
Hmm. I have the
So,
book.
yeah, about making your bed. So, yes, I think that counts.
Yeah. I
Okay.
couldn't start my day without making my bed. Like I it would just
Yeah.
it would make me feel very uncomfortable. There'd be it'd be very unsettling for not to make
Hmm.
my bed.
I was a slob, meaning the bed would be just horrendous, and you just crawl back into it. Now, the second I get out of the bed,
Yeah.
like my feet are just about hitting the floor and I'm pulling the covers up.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, on that aspect of it. Yes,
So we
that's
count that
definitely,
one. That's a good one.
Okay.
We
yeah,
like
All right,
that.
that's a
good.
good
Making
one.
the bed. Okay, great. Whew.
One thing I started, and to me, it's, um, I start the moment I wake up until it's gone. I have a 24-ounce glass of water with lemon in it, and I
Mm.
can't have anything else until I drink that water. So there's no, well, I don't drink coffee. There's no tea,
Oh,
there's nothing until that water is completed.
that's a good habit.
Okay, so the question is what we commonly do, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I always have two espressos in the morning. I every that's a given no matter what day it is. So,
Yeah.
Okay, well, I always drink at least 2 to 3 cups of coffee first thing in the morning.
okay.
Yeah.
Because remember, we also could change this if we want. I
Yes,
like
because
my
that's our
espresso. Again,
that's
it's like the
that's the
bed. It's
second
like
part. Yeah.
it's
Uh-huh.
that routine, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make
Uh-huh.
my
Yeah.
bed, read
Uh-huh.
my news,
Yeah.
drink my
Yeah.
coffee. Those are all they set
Yeah.
my day up.
They do.
I also at some point will go through a news feed. Now,
Hmm.
I don't know how to curate that news feed to represent just stuff I want to look at. That's an interesting thing. So, but I do that. That's something that
And
I don't
the
want to do
opposite.
actually.
I'm the opposite. I do not want to look at news.
Mm.
No,
If I want to,
it's more than news. It's topic. It's stuff that I want. Like, hey, what's the latest on
yeah,
this, or what? What did
yeah,
this, person say about this? Like, that's what I mean. It's not like
yeah.
here's all the doom and gloom that they've
No,
decided
no,
to
no. And I
fake.
know what you're saying. I understand that. I can't even think of looking at that until a couple hours later.
Oh, okay.
I do not
Yeah,
want to.
I'm not sure that the question means what is your morning routine?
No, I'm just
No,
Yeah, I
don't.
guess
I'm
I
just
think
yeah,
looking
it's
at
daily.
yeah.
my
Yeah,
routine tends
daily.
to
Yeah.
be or the
Yep,
things I commonly do. Right.
right.
Hmm.
Like
Yep,
most days I walk. Most days,
yep,
but so it's another one.
yep. Well, you all know I take care of Miss Mona. Uh, Daily routine.
Should I include yelling at the cats?
Sure.
Do
That's where
that.
your patient. That's where in the previous episode when we were talking about our word of the month, you started with patience.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I just yell quietly. You
What else do I do? I do have a cup of tea. I do have to have my tea. It's not first thing in the morning, it's later. And if I'm like running all day and I don't get to my tea till like 2, I still have to have a cup of tea. Like I still need that warm cup of tea in me. Like you guys drink coffee or espresso.
Yeah.
I have tea.
I always spend time with my hubby at some point during the day.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Like real connection time,
Yeah.
not just not
Yeah.
sitting there and him sitting there and, both of us are on the phone or something like real,
Right.
having conversation.
Yep.
So connection.
Yep.
I just need one more. You guys won't let me have brush my teeth. So making my bed, coffee, news, and connection. You guys have, if you're taking those as well, then you also have the pet thing. I don't have any pets, so I don't I don't get to use that one.
Mm-hmm.
Stare
I
out at
think
the incredible amounts of snow that I receive on a regular basis. Like you would
I
not
think
believe what's happening outside my window.
I think that the both of us, I think I try to every day think or do some kind of form of kindness. So gratitude or kindness.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when I talk kindness, to me, it's simple things. Meaning, if I walk by somebody in the morning while I'm out for a walk, I always make eye contact and say hi. I don't care if it's one of the landscapers working out on either golf courses. I don't care what it is. I
Hmm.
just always feel that people, like sometimes we walk through life ignoring people,
Hmm.
not purposely, meaning because we have so much on our mind. So I always try to make sure if I'm at a store to think, you know, like to
Hmm.
make like you said, connection, like a connection. So some form of kindness. Open up a door, hold the door for somebody. Not the type of, if I feel like buying somebody a drink behind me or whatever, but I think we forget how to do kindness that doesn't cost anything.
Hmm.
So I always try to do some form of kindness.
Hmm. I would agree with that, but I don't always go out every day, so it's not
Neither do
something
I. So
that
sometimes
can, yeah.
I think about, well, who haven't I talked to lately?
Mm.
You know, I have to go out because I have Mona.
Mm.
So
Yes,
we go
yeah,
out for walks. So we
yes.
we interact with people.
Yeah.
Tracy G, I don't think you walk your cats.
They have little harnesses though. A
Yeah, I
little,
do.
we take off. But no, no. And then we go to the dog park just to see if we can get some excitement. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that.
So, okay, those are I think we got those. But I think it's harder than, what's the other one?
I try to
What do
learn
you,
something every day, but it goes over stretches, so I don't think it could be a daily thing. I do try
Yeah.
to like learn something new, but it could take me a day, or it could take me 2 weeks. But I do try to do
yeah,
something in that realm on a daily, just because I think, as you get older, your brain and trying to
yeah.
get it to do different things than it normally does.
Oh, the fact that you say that, I do play Sudoku
Oh,
every day to keep my mind active. So, see, I could just, it's automatic. I don't even think of it.
yeah.
So, what do you wish those five more common things were instead?
I've got my first one. So
Go
I do
ahead.
have connection, but I wish on a daily basis I was reaching out to people that don't reach out to. That like my stepmom, like I don't reach out her on a daily. And so not that I should reach out on her daily, but that I've reached out to her, and then I've reached out to my nephew, and then I've reached out to my good friend. And so that over a span of time, I've continually reached out to these people rather than 6 months going, oh my God, I forgot, or not certain
Yeah,
people, but you know what I mean? Like that
yep.
you
Mhm.
just like put a
Life
little
got in the
more
way.
effort
Mhm.
Yeah,
into these existing relationships
Mhm.
than going, I'll do it tomorrow. So that's my first one. Is making the external connections,
I
uh,
like that one. I
reaching
like
out,
that one.
reaching out. Because I think I'm a little lazy on that. Like I have no problem if we connect, but I'm not, I probably should reach out more to all of these people, even if they don't respond, like they're busy, because they're all
Yeah,
busy too. But
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah.
I agree. And I like the way you said that. Reach out, but with the expectation of getting something back right away.
Mhm.
Like, hey, I texted you. How come you didn't text me back?
Just hey, I'm
Yeah,
thinking of you, and
yeah,
give me a call when you get a
yes,
chance.
yep. I do that, but I would love to do it in a more consistent basis.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yep. Huh. I'm thinking this one's harder.
I would like to be consistent with my exercise, working out, whatever. I do majority time walk, but I do want to be, I keep telling myself, you're going to do more about this exercise and stuff like that. And I do, but then I don't. So I would like to do that. I would like that more. If I'm going to have two espressos, that in my mind, I go, oh, you've got to do your workout. I don't like calling it workout because
No, it's
it's
not. It's
movement of some sort
movement of
that
your body, whatever it is,
yeah, because I sit a lot just
Yes,
because of what I do, and I just
Mhm.
want to be more consistent and just be like, yes, you are. If you can have those two coffees, you could definitely get up and do something
yeah.
outside of the
And
walk.
for me, even though I do work out a lot, I do a lot with weights and cardio. I'd like to do a little bit more with movement, understand yoga more so to stretch my body and
Mhm.
balance.
Mm.
Because as we age, also, balance is very important
Yeah, for sure.
on that
Absolutely.
aspect.
I would probably throw in reading
Mm.
every day, something not news related, because I do read every day, but I mean reading something either for pleasure or something from a learning perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. I
I
do
like
read a
that.
lot and I
Mm.
mean it
Wait a
is
minute. Does
something
that
that
mean you're going to print more piles to put on your desk?
Absolutely not. And just an update on that little bit of information. I am clearing stuff out right, left, and center. Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There's still quite a pile to go through, but if I pick it up, it's being dealt with.
Very good. So proud of you.
And usually it's going in the trash or recycling bin is where it's going. I just go, I don't need this. This is ridiculous. I already know this information. Don't
Yep.
go down there again.
Yep.
Don't go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. And if you
There's
don't,
no what if.
there's tons of ways to get that info. So I don't,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. So that's been good. I've been
I
uh,
like that one about the reading aspect of it. I
mhm,
like that.
mhm.
I'm an avid reader too, but it goes in spurts.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I used to read that, they would say read 10 pages a day. And if you read 10 pages a day, you've read what? Hold on. I gotta get my calculator. You've read 3,650 pages in a year.
That's a lot of books.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I think that's the thing is we're having these little conversations here. Some of these things we wish to adjust
Hmm.
aren't major things that take up this whole length of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You can do, for me, I can do a 10-minute yoga
Yeah.
stretch. You can do, so a lot of times I sit when we're having our conversations, but this is, I stand, this desk rises up. So I've done since last summer, I stand probably in an 8 hour, if you think of an 8 hour in an office, I stand 6 hours out of my eight for better, whatever. And um, so that was just a small adjust, like you make these small adjustments.
Yeah.
You can, 10 pages a day can be drinking it with your espresso, or your 2 to 3 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah.
As you had said, your word from the last time, the consistency
Hmm.
aspect of it. So,
I'm
Yeah, it's just
noticing,
it's
sorry.
actually just sorry. It's actually just making sure that you take the time out to do it.
yeah, yes,
And that means that you need a reminder of especially because
yep,
if it's something new that you're not doing, you need to be reminded that that's something that you had said you wanted to do. And I mean, again, not to make it anything about yourself that you've forgotten. You forgot what that was. It's like, oh, obviously it's not that important to me, or I'm useless at
yeah.
this, or whatever. It's like, no, 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 no. It's like just, you need a post-it note somewhere on the
I
fridge.
think,
Don't forget
well,
reading,
right.
or
I think we talked about this one time with Helen. Um, it's like you to take your supplement to put it by your coffee.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, do you take the book and put it by your coffee cups because you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee right now. Let me like just how do you put it? If you sit down in a certain chair and you watch TV at night, do you put the book by your TV, like by your that's like just you can what do they call it? The Atomic Habits. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
of that book?
Hmm.
James Clear. It's the stacking of the little bit that makes the huge difference.
Yeah.
And I think we're all talking about change, but all you have to do is do it for one day. Just promise yourself that one day, and then promise, the next morning, don't promise like, oh, for the next year, I'm going to make sure I read
Oh
10
yeah,
pages
God,
a day.
no. Yeah.
Well, no, this week, tomorrow, today,
Hmm.
when you start doing that 1% increment, that's where you end up with 3,600 and something pages,
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm noticing that there's not a lot I'm going to change in my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's, it's pretty like the connections is like I have my, close family connections, but like I mean immediate, but the other one, I I,
Mhm.
I want to be a little bit more aware of that and the movement, but everything else, like I wouldn't change a lot of my day.
No. But I also think the three of us have worked really hard to get where we are right now.
Mm,
If you were to ask me, even 10 years ago, I think my list would have been bigger for me.
And also there's the classic when we stop filming, it's like, oh, I would have done this too. I would have done this.
Yes, we would have. So, can you tell us some of your habits and what habits did you want to change? Put them down in the comments. Share this with somebody who you feel needs to hear this. Make sure you hit subscribe and like and hit notifications so you know when our next episode will come out. Until next time.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.